Hello gamers! I am going to be ranking all of the Pokemon professors from hottest to nottest. In the number 12 spot is Professor Rowan. I love a DILF. I like when Colonel Sanders did it better. At number 11 is Magnolia. She hired that really musty assistant, and I just can't really get over that. At the number 10 spot is Professor Juniper. I love her vintage aesthetic, and she's very pretty. She's very, very pretty. In the number 9 spot is Professor Elm. Bulbapedia says that his specialty is Pokemon breeding. I wonder if he is good at human breeding? He looks like he's schwangin', and I love that for him. In the number 8 spot is Professor Birch. I love a bear. He looks fuzzy in all the right places. He looks like he's got like the tiniest little butt though. I would like to snuggle him. I feel like he would probably have bara titties, and I would like to put my face in them. In the number 7 spot is Professor Kukui. Love his abs, love his pecs. 10 out of 10 body. Personality kind of wetter than a beach towel at the end of a day. Plus, I think he's married, which means he's off the table. And I'm not that girl. In the number 7 spot is Professor Laventon. I know that this is gonna get me flack. I don't care. He looks like such a soft boy. His love of Pokemon is so cute, and he just seems like one of those nerd guys. He talks about his favorite thing all the time, and when you get him like down to business, he's very sweet and passionate, and is like, you finish first. I don't need to tonight. Just seeing you finish is enough for me. In the number 5 spot is Professor Sada. I mean, she's hot. She's very hot. And I can appreciate a MILF, despite being like, in the number 4 spot is the OG daddy Professor Oak. I don't care what anybody says, he's hot. And I feel like he would be a very passionate lover. He gives someone who's very skilled orally. In the number 3 spot is surprisingly Professor Duro. Now, this man could open my mouth and spit in it. And I only got Pokemon Violet because of him. His jawline could cut glass. His eyes, piercing. I would let him do the worst things to me. However, he's an android, which means he can't feel passion or love or even finish. And I'm here for Dad Nut. In the number 2 spot is Professor Sonia. Now listen, I was surprised by this too. I think she's got this really lovely energy, plus she's an ally. She loved the two homos of Gaylor. And honestly, a gay rights activist is hot in my eyes. And in the number 1 spot is Professor Sycamore. Now this was my first Pokemon professor just because of the age of Pokemon that I was raised in. I wasn't allowed to. X and Y was my first game. And I loved Professor Sycamore. He looks uncut. And he also looks like he smells delightful. Sandalwood, maybe some eucalyptus in there too. And just his overall vibe, he looks like someone that I would spend a very good night with. And he looks like husband material. And I feel like the meat to potato ratio is like really nice. I'm here for him. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to click that like button. And if you want to see more, hit subscribe. Goodbye.